Hey guys, it's JC's Reborn Journey here, and I am just sitting here watching Octavian on his swing. But I wanted to just have a quick discussion with you guys. This is kind of private, but at the same token, it can affect other people in the community, and I think it's important to share. I know about a month ago, or the last 2 months, you might have heard me say here and there that, you know, I was going to be getting some more babies in the nursery. The problem is that not all the babies ended up in the nursery. I bought 5 babies from one seller that ended up being a scam artist, as far as I'm concerned, because she never contacted me back, and then when it was time to ship, her Etsy shop no longer existed. So at that point, I mean, I really tried to give this lady a benefit of the doubt, and I went ahead and filed a claim on PayPal. But the problem is there were other people in this community that went ahead and bought something from this person. So I wanted to make a video of a buyer's beware. And the thing is that, first of all, I think it's wrong for people to think they can get away with something like this. Just because it's just not right to do. I mean, find another way to scam people other than using our own babies. So what I think happened is she went online, picked out some babies that she liked, took their pictures, and then advertised it as she was selling them. Because it wasn't until the 5th baby that after I bought it, I said, why does that baby look so familiar to me? And come to find out, it was a copyrighted baby. So already I was kind of upset because of that, but didn't want to confront the lady, because I said, well, for the price I paid, I'm like, if it's copyrighted, it's copyrighted. There's nothing I can do about it. It was the fact that I would be able to love a baby no matter what. Like, I wasn't really happy about the whole copyright issue, because that is a big thing in this community. But I was, I was at the point where I was like, okay, well, whether it is or it isn't, I don't know what it's going to end up looking like, because I knew that was a copyrighted photo after I bought it. And again, like I said, I was really trying not to cause any issues. I didn't want to mention anything to her like that. I didn't want to say, no, never mind, I don't want this baby, can I have a refund? I can tell you a couple of things. I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for each baby, but I can tell you one thing, or a couple of things to help people as a buyer beware. If you see an 18 to 22 inch baby for under $1,000, or even under $1,500, you need to do your research. You need to double check. At something in the back of my mind kind of made it sound like this was too good to be true. But at the same token, the person was saying she was selling them, she was trying to sell them affordable for people, and that she was, she had health issues, and that was why she was selling them for so low. I mean, at one point, she even gave me a refund for the difference, because I had bought some babies, and then she had made the price even lower. But, so at that point, you were like, okay, well, she must be okay. But it's not until, I tried contacting her for a month, got no response, and then when it was time to ship, which was July 18th, which should have been the first baby, either contact the person, let them know you can't ship it that day, or something. Just having no contact whatsoever was worrying me to begin with. And I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she was in the hospital, maybe she couldn't do it, but when she took her site down, that's when it got suspicious to me. I gave her I figured that out on a Friday, and I gave her until that following Wednesday to either contact me or let me know what's going on. And if you don't, I'm going to have to assume you're a scammer and put a claim in. So the person's name is Silicone Cuties 2016. So that's the name of the, it was the name of the nursery, I think. And the name of the person, I don't even know the name off the top of my head, but it began with an F, I think. So at some point I will have to put it in the description so you guys will have the information you need. But yeah, so I'm very disappointed, but I'm a little disappointed because I really was looking forward. I got 4 girls and 1 boy, so I was really looking forward to having some girl babies in here and being able to utilize some of the girl stuff I have. And now it's nothing. It's like all the babies that you paid for and that you thought you were gonna get, I didn't get at all. So it's kind of disappointing in a way. I don't know what happened. I don't know why she did what she did. And the thing is I'm not the only one that bought a baby from her. So I don't know what is going on. If anybody else had bought a baby from this person, you know, feel free to comment and let me know. Even if you didn't, obviously you're more than welcome to comment about this issue. I think it's wrong. I mean, I would never do that to somebody, especially on purpose. I wouldn't scam anybody in general. I think it's a wrong thing to do. But I've always had the concept that I like to work for my money. Like, I don't like to just take from others without working for it. So that could be partly, you know, just the way I think. That doesn't mean everybody thinks like that, but I feel like you gotta earn what you get, you know. And I work really hard to, you know, I put money away and I do what I have to do, or you know, I gotta tell you, gotta be honest, sometimes I buy the babies on credit and then I gotta pay the credit off. So, I mean, it's not like I got a ton of money that I'm spending on these babies, and or I have a ton of money to buy these babies. I mean, each baby I do buy, it takes me a really long time. I mean, it took me almost 6 months, I think, to pay him off before I got him. So, I mean, that was like he was really being born. And then there's other babies that I'm just like, wow. So, yeah. None of my babies are for sale. I do have an Etsy shop, and that's just for accessories only. I do show my babies, but that is so for people that have the same baby, they can see what fits, what doesn't fit, or how big the size is. So that's really important to know about that. But yeah, I do have some other things that will be coming up on my Etsy shop. But, yeah, we're not going to be talking about that kind of stuff right now because it's not what the video is about. So, yeah, like I said, I am disappointed. I'm very disappointed, but, you know, my other babies, you know, when you have something like that happen to you and you have other babies to kind of keep you company. I mean, I bought, this guy the same week, I'm talking about this guy up here. I bought him the same week that I think I was kind of figuring it out that I wasn't getting those babies. And I decided to go ahead and get the kit. It's really, really expensive to have somebody paint one of those, so I said I'm going to go ahead and try. And that's what I'm going to do. I know how to root, so that part won't be a problem. It will take me a long time to root him, though, but yeah, I can't wait to get him done. I think he's going to look so much cuter when he's done. My boyfriend doesn't really like him, but maybe he'll like him a little better after he sees how much work I put into it. So, and I know how to put them together now, so that makes it a little easier. What I'm trying to find, though, are long cable ties, as long as I could possibly make it, because I gotta be honest with you guys, I ultimately hate cloth bodies that come with ties, like literally just string to tie. I can't tie him tight enough, especially for him. So the legs not as bad, but you know, and the thing is when you have a tie, I mean, yeah, you're gonna cut the excess off, but then what happens if you need to get in there and redo it or something? It just makes it so much more complicated if you don't have a zip tie. So I know that I can use probably the zip ties I have for his legs, but it's the torso one that I need. So I'm going to measure his torso exactly, and then that way I'll know. I found some that were 24-inch zip ties, but I need to see if he can take a 24 or if he needs a bigger one. So it's basically what we're working with. But I'm definitely want to get him some zip ties if I can get them, especially for the torso. So yeah, me and him are gonna go do our thing, and that's really it. And this little guy, I'm gonna just let him chill there for a little bit. I'm going to put another blanket on him though, because it is cold in here. So gotta tell you guys something. Heat is not good for your silicone babies or your reborns, but so is extreme cold. It's like really cold in here. So if you're in the AC, your best bet is to wrap them like I have him here. I wrap all the babies. I actually, right here, actually, I know you're going to be like, oh my god! But I actually had to cover their heads so they'd stay a little warmer. It's too hot out there for the babies. I can't say that silicone will melt, but I've felt some of my babies when they were in extreme heat for a little while, and it happened the day that I brought them all in here. They started feeling more soft than they're supposed to feel, and they were also they're really warm to the touch. Now if your silicone is warm to the touch, you know that it's too warm for them in that room. So that's important to know. I hope that helped you guys, and other people can tell me different if that's how they feel. But I'm just telling you from experience, I felt the difference. I want to take extreme cautions. And the other thing too is I'm not going to leave my baby in a car. One, because they cost way too much money for that. And two, because if you leave them in a car, it's just like leaving an infant in the car. It's too hot for them. So it's too hot for the silicone, it's too hot for a real baby. I still don't understand why people leave their kids in the car. How can you forget there's a baby in the car when you have a baby? You know, why would you leave your kids in the car? Like, that part I don't concept at all. Like, I don't think I would. Kids talk too much. Babies cry. I mean, maybe it's because of the people that don't have common sense. I mean, maybe that has to do something with it, but we see it all the time. They think that it's warm, like not that warm out when it's really too warm. I mean, I literally sat in a car for a minute. Or I've sat in a car for minutes, but yeah, maybe about 5 minutes. I sat in a car, hot car, for 5 minutes, maybe sometimes a little longer, and during those times I think about that. I'm like, it is so hot, I can't even handle it in here. And a lot of times you end up having to turn the car on. You're like, okay, let me turn the car on, let me put the AC on. The problem is, a child couldn't do that. They wouldn't know how to do that. They wouldn't know how to protect themselves from the heat. And especially if they're strapped into a car seat. But the thing is during those times, I'm always thinking about those babies that do that. That just sit in the car seats, in a hot car. I mean, you wonder why they have so many issues. But anyways, that is all I can really say here. And I have to get going. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe.